Hey guys, here I am with another exciting video with exciting news. Before we go ahead, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss the another video in the upcoming days. Without further ado, let's get started with the video. While not directly involved with Hogwarts Legacy, J.K. Rowling and her anti-transgender stance have plagued the game and everything related to Harry Potter. The developer took the unusual step of making it clear that J.K. Rowling had no direct involvement in Hogwarts Legacy. In its FAQ, WB stated J.K. Rowling is not directly involved in the creation of the game. However, her extraordinary body of writing in the foundation of all projects in the wizarding world. You're not a bad person if you want to play Hogwarts Legacy. Many trans people themselves are planning to buy the game despite their justified anger towards Rowling. Yet, the important thing is not to condemn the game or re-announce your love of Harry Potter. It's to wrestle with the complexity of it and decide for yourself. Trans people don't get to ignore the pain the franchise has become intrinsically linked to, and those who wish to care for them shouldn't get to do so either. Hogwarts Legacy is set to launch for PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC on February 10, 2023. Following a delay from holiday 2022, people who buy the more expensive edition can start playing 72 hours earlier, beginning February 7. The PS4 and Xbox One version of Hogwarts Legacy are scheduled to launch on April 4, and the Switch version is coming July 25. Fans have been waiting for a long time for the game, as Hogwarts Legacy was originally set to release in 2021 but was delayed to 2022 and then again to 2023. Hogwarts Legacy has had multiple trailers, events since its announcement. This trailer has been dug into the story of Hogwarts Legacy, character creation, gameplay, and some of the deeper story threads that you will unravel. The video has also covered combat and potion. Another trailer shed lights on the PS5 features of Hogwarts Legacy, which includes DualSense adaptive trigger and haptic feedback along with different performance and fidelity modes. Hogwarts Legacy is set to release on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Warner Bros. Has not yet confirmed if the Nintendo Switch version of the game will be a cloud version or not. Warner Bros. Other big release for 2022, Gotham Knights, dropped its last gen version in May and will now only release on current gen console, but there is no indication that Hogwarts Legacy will follow suit. Hogwarts Legacy does take advantage of the current gen console on the PS5. Hogwarts Legacy will take advantage of DualSense feature using the adaptive trigger to provide resistance based on the difficulty of the spell being casted. The DualSense haptic feedback will be implemented and the light on the controller will flash the controller of a chosen Hogwarts house. The game will also have fidelity and performance mode option and faster loading thanks to the current gen console SSD. These features also are expected to be available on Xbox Series X. Now let's move if it has multiplayer or not. Hogwarts Legacy does not feature multiplayer or co-op of any kind. From the Hogwarts Legacy official effect, Hogwarts Legacy is a single player experience and does not have online or co-op gameplay. While there will be plenty of other wizard and student to react with in Hogwarts Legacy, all of those characters will be NPC. There will be named characters that you can interact with and develop relationship with. So it won't be a lonely experience if it's a single player only. The story of the Hogwarts Legacy takes place in 1800s and over 100 years before the Harry Potter book. That means you won't run in Harry, Ron, or Hermione during your time at Hogwarts. You get to create your own character that comes to Hogwarts late. Starting in your 5th year, behind the rest of your classmates, you will get to pick your house and attend classes at Hogwarts. Your character will get to explore the Hogwarts castle and the surrounding area, trying to solve its many secrets and mysteries under the direction of Professor Fig. In the wizarding world, a goblin rebellion is picking up steam with assistance from Dark Wizard. You will need to balance classes and bigger world events in Hogwarts Legacy. Let's talk about the gameplay. The main gameplay of Hogwarts Legacy turns spell casting into a third-person action game where you can fire off spell in combat and dodge roll. You will need to use the spells you learn in class to get through combat encounters and solve puzzles in Hogwarts and the surrounding areas. There is also potion mixing and herbology, which you can use to create items for combat like screaming, mandrakes, or powerful potions to throw at enemies. In addition to learning new skills in classes, there is also magical gear which can be collected and equipped to make your wizard more powerful. There are dozens of spells in Hogwarts Legacy, so player can mix offensive and defensive spells to your own personal liking. The PlayStation State of Play about Hogwarts also briefly shows the player character casting one of unforgivable curse, avada kedavra, so you might have the option to take your wizard down a dark path. Hogwarts Legacy has been confirmed to not have any microtransactions. The Hogwarts Legacy official FAQ states Hogwarts Legacy does not have in-game purchase or microtransaction. If that's not enough for you, Avalanche community manager Chandler Wood took to Twitter to confirm that Hogwarts Legacy will not have any microtransactions. This does not rule out the possibility of paid expansion post-launch. It just just confirm that you won't need to drop real money if you want fancy wizard robe. For more information for the video, keep watching this video till the end and enjoy the video. See you next time and watch till the end for the adventure of the Hogwarts Legacy. Don't miss out any or don't skip anything in between. Thank you guys.
Reason to move around on the battlefield. If you can go up and collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient magic meter as we're playing.
We're talking a lot about spells and magic here, but I think there's another huge component of combat, and that is the tools that you can bring to combat as well to kind of change the way you play. And I think Mackenzie knows a lot about what's going on with the plants and potions.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow in the Room of Requirement to combat to essentially kind of help you defeat enemies a lot quicker and more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So against big enemies, hard-hitting enemies like trolls, that's super helpful.
So much like she's just destroying. The troll just collapsed from one of the kedavra.
Obviously, we have the Wiggenweld potion as well, which increases your health. And then we have the focus potion. So when Alan talks about having to balance avada kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will increase how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. Oh my god. There's just so much like versatility, like in what the character is doing to the troll right now. Like he's just bouncing around the arena. He's like not. And the troll makes him move around too, looks like.
And I love that our plants are violent.
Yes, and so that's like when we're talking about the setup of the arena.
I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my style, you know. And so this is a way to, if you want to get stuck in your style, go for it. If you just want to blast people with spells, go for it. But we also want to have some things over here that may make you use certain plants or certain potions or block more or...
Yeah, we mentioned the field guide challenges in the prior stream. And the field guide challenges, this is the way that the field guide manifests like challenges for you to do in combat. And exactly.
Recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade, but also as you engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded with different objects.
That's so cool. And you change color?
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my god, it's so tiny. It's like for Baby Niffler.
And I love how the system too is designed. It's not mechanical, it's immersive. And so you get the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually doing this in the world as your character, but the way you've blended like that gameplay with the immersive design of personalizing the space.
Oh my god, like, and I love the animation, how it like appears, you know, like it's not just like there, it's like it almost like it apparates.
It is really quite beautiful, and that was the thing, is we wanted that to look really nice because the magic in the wizarding world is everywhere. It's physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. We really wanted to nail that whimsy in this space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things and you can change their look, but you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you can change the look of those as well. And these are the areas where, as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these like kind of nurturing based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like rates put on it, which I believe Alan can talk to.
Oh. Yeah, we keep bringing up appearance and how it looks, and on a, like in the game you can look like anything you want to whenever you want to. But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially we just know that clothes and different items in the wizarding world can have different magical properties. And as you explore and as you adventure and as you defeat enemies, you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that have different abilities, and that can help you in your journey and are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so
there's a huge list.
And not all the time whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does. And so there is a station inside of the room of requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure, called an identification station, where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Right, yeah, that's so cool.
And then as the space advances even further, and the space will eventually grow its own rooms, and you're going to get new recipes, like Mackenzie's talking about, all these different things keep expanding. And as it expands, eventually you're going to earn what we see here, which is called a loom. And when you set up a loom, it's an ability to essentially customize exactly which magical properties are on your gear and take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it, or cosmetics, we've been referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other look. So if you get a piece of gear, you put it on, you look like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
That's so cool. And like you can just put some ability to the sweater, but then you can just swap that ability.
Yep, and appearances you can edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really specific abilities that blend in nicely with where you're trying to go with your combat fantasy or talents and things like that.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that they're just like pumpkin fur, mooncat fur. Where does that come from?
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section, which is inside this vivarium. Kind of bigger space on the inside idea. And so you can see here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn and a mooncalf and a niffler and a Kneasel as well. So quite a variety.
Oh my God, he's just like a big puppy.
And a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization of this space.
Oh my goodness, no, this is like, I'm gonna spend 8 hours just designing this whole area to personalize. This is like cool, it's like you have this little play area, like a personalized fish tank, so to say, just for the creatures. I love it.
Yeah, no, totally. And there's like a decoration aspect, but there's also, we were saying inside as well, is there's a utility aspect to it too. So as you progress in the game and you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process. So one of them, for example, is the food processor, which allows for the beast in the space to automatically get feed. So you don't have to do it manually. And so you're really building the progression for yourself here. In addition, there's also a toy box where you can play with your beasts. You'll see here, yeah. So you can, there's a bunch of toys in it, and each beast has their own favorite toy. So as you can imagine, the mooncalf really likes the moon ball, or the Kneasel, as like a little cat, really likes to chase the yarn ball as well.
Right.
And they're super cute.
Oh my God.
Getting back into that personalization, we didn't want you to just like throw in, oh, here's a graphorn in here. Like, this can be named whatever Andrew's about to name them. Bruce.
It's a good name.
Nice. We've created this really nice space, and you can get additional vivariums, correct, to different kind of aesthetics and looks to where you're keeping your beasts and caring for them.
Progression is a big part of this space as well. So as you progress through the story, you will unlock more vivariums. So as you can see, this one's quite meadow themed, big, open, bright. But there's other ones, say like a swamp that you might encounter. And it's really a visual effect and more space for your beast.
Oh, so it's like those, so when we're inside the room requirement, there's like on the left, there's that moon glow from one entrance and then some shrubbery going on the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Oh, you put trees in here too. Oh my goodness.
And another thing with the beast care that I think is great, tying back to the same kind of thing that you did with like the broom, where the broom is not just a method of travel, it's actually built in and integrated into the world. In the same way, like beast care isn't just this added element. You're not just throwing it on top. There's really this like narrative and integration to
everything connects. So as you progress through the missions, you'll expand the space. as you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and use them to unlock the gameplay here and unlock new conjurations and different things to play around with in the open world. It's in those different environments, like the different combat and conflicts and bandit camps and different things like that exist in the overland. Those things are what hold recipes that exist in the loom. So all these things have a way of connecting. Moonstone that you find out in the world is the resource that we use to conjure everything. That's found throughout the world. Forageables are used for recipes. So really everything's like a cycle and keeps you coming back.
But even with the story that's being told too, I think people know who Poppy is and that she has a particular affinity for beasts.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything we're seeing here, you're going to be venturing out into the world, and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, even of kind of like your interactions with beasts in that narrative. So you bringing up Poppy, there are more kind of mysteries to discover and things to discover out in the world that have to